Welcome back everyone to Phil Rider's Diaries, and we're at Crummock Water today. Crummock Water is the neighbouring lake to Buttermere, which is what we did in the previous session, and it's a natural progression that will take us down to a village called Lorton, and what I presume will be back to the A66. Now that won't be particularly interesting, so what we'll do is we'll probably end this round about Lorton. It'll be a short video, I suspect. But you never really know around here. What it's going to take is a 55-seater coach coming in the other direction and it becomes a long day. Certainly does on a delivery van, I know that. So we're just going to drop down into Crummock Water. And as I said in the previous vlog, it's the Tuesday after the Easter holidays are finished. So all the kids are back at school, all the long weekenders have gone home, and I've got this place to myself basically, and it's a lovely day for it. It's 16 degrees, it's perfect biking weather. In fact, it's perfect anything weather. It's perfect running weather, perfect hiking weather, perfect cycling weather. I'd even put the top down on the car for this. You'll notice the new addition, which is this. This is an NRA Sport spoiler. It's a sheep, there you are. And basically what this is doing is deflecting all the air off my chest and shoulders, and rather successfully over my head. And I came down to the Keswick area on the A66 doing a very sensible 70 miles an hour, and it was very, very good indeed. Now this bodes well. I'm going into Europe on a motorbike in about 3 weeks time, and slowly I'm piecing together all of my kit, so don't mind this one bit. What do we have here? Have a goose going across us? Is it going to? No, right then. So yeah, Crummock Water. And it kind of gets forgotten a little bit because of all the big names around the Lake District, like Buttermere, like Crummock Water, like Water, like Windermere. And I suppose it's kind of stuck out in the northwest of the Lake District, so it doesn't get all the traffic of all the tourists who go up the A591, for instance, from Kendal right up to Keswick. You've got to, you've got to come here for a reason. You don't just pass through it. And certainly on the photography forums, the more favourite locations are Crummock Water, Buttermere and Wastwater. Wastwater is one, I don't know if we'll ever cover that. I don't even know if I can get to it on the motorbike. But Wastwater is the lake that sits at the base of Scafell and Scafell Pike, which of course is the highest mountain in England. But it's not the most accessible place in the world, I've been led to believe. Like I say, I've never been there, so we'll have to find that one out for ourselves. But certainly there's two passes that will go by it, or quite close to it, and that's the Rhinos Pass and the Hard Knot Pass. Hard Knot Pass being the steepest road in England. And maybe that'll be a nice one to do. When I say nice, I mean challenging nice, rather than out for a nice ride. This is a nice ride, don't mind us at all. Easy, simple speeds, good weather, no traffic, lots to look at, fabulous. Welcome to my life, everybody. This is my world. And I've been very fortunate as when I was travelling, and I've been to the Alps and the Andes, I've been to the Himalayas numerous times, been to Rocky Mountains. I've seen a lot of the big peaks, and England on a global scale doesn't really compete, not in the slightest. Our highest peak, 985 metres I think. That's kind of irrelevant. It's the visual and the visual impresses, along with the charm, along with the culture, along with, I don't know, the Englishness of it all. Maybe I'm speaking as a patriot, but on days like this, in countryside like this, I'm really quite a big fan of England. I don't ever remember thinking that way when I was in Romford. London's different. You can think that way about London quite easily. London's one of the biggest cities in the world, one of the top 5. London, Paris, Rome, New York, Tokyo, and it rightfully holds its place amongst those. But in my opinion, London's become unlivable, if not from a monetary point of view, then from a lifestyle point of view. I mean, if you're a sports star, a pop star, a film star, fine. If you're an average bod, forget it. And yet the irony is, the average price up here compared to the average price down there must be about threefold. It must be. And someone on one of the forums the other day asked for a preference, you know, which one do you prefer? And no, I prefer this now. London had its time and place, don't get me wrong. In your 20s and 30s, it was a fabulous place to be, even if you didn't have a great deal of the folding. But once I got into my 40s, no thank you, no, I had enough of that. Beautiful. Sometimes I do wonder if I'm on the right bike for this. Could be on a little, I don't know, 400 single pot green laner. That would be perfect. But a VFR, it is all things to all men. From a motorcycling point of view, it is the motorcycling equivalent of the MILF. There. See if I get flamed for being sexist. Get a good look ahead. Yep. Certainly since I've had the bike on the rolling road, and Honda V4s were always famed for their creamy smoothness of power delivery. It's not an exciting power delivery, there's no 8 grand rush that you'll get on an R1 or Fireblade, but you just get good, usable, smooth power from idle to red line. You can almost treat it like an automatic. Or you can kick it down here. Well, and just give it its head a little. Only a little. Come on, Elf, you know better. That small village will be Lorton, and that's where we'll probably stop, I imagine. still nice to get out on the bike, get a couple more videos, slowly covering the Lake District and all there is to see around here. You'll never get it all, but thank you. You get a lot of the nice parts. Maybe I can show some of my London friends and make them jealous. See if I'm convincing them to do the same. So here we are, the pretty little village of Lorton, and it is pretty and it is little, and there's nothing remarkable about Lorton at all. Now I don't mean that in any negative way. What I mean is they're all this small and they're all this pretty. It's a very regular town. Special perhaps only because of its close proximation to Crummock Water and Buttermere. But there again, you could say that about so many villages around so many of these lakes. Oh, it's a good day. Go on, I'm going to leave you there before I start wistfully lamenting all my sorry friends down in London. I'm sure they'll remind me how fortunate they are when their wage packet comes through. Have a good day everyone, enjoy yourselves, and I'll speak to you all soon.